Boys and girls. I'm your host, Dreadman, back with Dreadman Sports Podcast. Here with my boy Flip. What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Just enjoying the NFL season.
Yes, sir. And we already through the halfway point of NFL season. Already 50% through. And this is when we start to get like a little bit of a like I said, weeks 5 through 8 is when we start to see who teams really are, and weeks 9 through 12 is when we're going to start to see a look like the playoff picture form a little bit more. Oh yeah, for people who are listening in, if I seem a little bit slow or sluggish, like y'all gonna have to excuse me because I caught a fever this past weekend. Had to be about Thursday or Friday night that it happened. So just bear with me if my voice starts to crack or go out on you, because I'm just now starting to get over this shit. But anyway, enough about that. The show must go on. Now, Flip, what about this past week of football? What'd you think?
It's pretty straightforward, I have to say. I wouldn't say there was any surprises. Yeah, it was a pretty straightforward week. It wasn't really that typical, oh man, there was some crazy games kind of week you've been used to.
Yeah, I think that I got like 9 out of the 12 games right, and I tell you, man, and we can go ahead and just get this one out of the way now. You remember that upset I called with Green Bay and the Rams? I was looking at the first 3 quarters of the game, and I was going, "Oh my God, I was right! Oh my God, I was right!" Uh, Not quite.
You would have been right if Ty Montgomery did his job and
Oh yeah, and he's going to Baltimore now. They literally cut his ass immediately after that. That's a damn shame. But oh well. And now about these trades. Like I said, Ty Montgomery, he's a Raven now. Golden Tate's an Eagle now. Let's see. Ha Ha Clinton Dix is go. I forgot what he said he's going to. I think Ha Ha Clinton Dix might. Let's see.
he went to the only to the Bears.
I don't know why. It doesn't. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Redskins.
Oh yeah, it was the Redskins. Yeah.
There was some like obscure team.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and still no word on the Le'Veon Bell situation. But Le'Veon Bell, he keeps saying that he wants to stay a Steeler, and if he does play this year, it will be for the Steelers since the trade deadline literally was yesterday. Well, yeah, today, Tuesday, is the trade deadline. If by Tuesday midnight we don't hear anything, then yeah, he's gonna be a Steeler for the rest of the season. But if he doesn't play, then yeah, the Steelers are gonna let him go.
I heard he didn't sign his franchise tag, so they couldn't even trade him.
Oh yeah, yeah, he didn't even sign. But still, I mean, I think well, he's still technically under his 3-year contract for the Steelers, but yeah, but they tried to give him a 5-year deal for I forgot how I think it was like 120 mil, but he wanted more, but that's more than enough for me. But at this point, I mean, do you think he's a liability to the Steelers franchise, or like, do you think that they still need him?
Um, if you guys make the playoffs, I think fresh legs on Le'Veon Bell is a huge advantage to you guys. But
Yeah, because he's healthy.
just a regular season, I don't. I think it's a liability just to the team. I think he has to come back and show them like, hey, I'm still here with y'all. Just make the playoffs and I'll take over.
Yeah,
Kind of situation. Because James Conner's gonna need a rest.
exactly. And we still got those 2 huge games coming up against the Saints and the Patriots. Week 12 and week 14, I believe it is. But yeah, still like those games are going to be huge for us. And I was in this Facebook group, this Steelers group. There's like, well, if you were Coach Tomlin, who would you start? Would you start James Conner or would you start Le'Veon Bell? Well, hopefully Le'Veon Bell's been staying in shape, in football shape, that is. But me personally, depending on the scheme, I start them both. I would on some plays I would have Le'Veon Bell as my running back, and I'd have James Conner as my fullback. And on other plays, like if you were to go empty set or if you were to go full wide receiver set, I'd have Le'Veon Bell in the slot, and I'd have Conner as my running back.
I don't know. I think I would have Le'Veon during the third downward. I feel like he's a way better receiver than Connor.
Yeah,
And Connor is he's that bruiser back that you want to have on the first two down.
yeah, definitely.
So I could definitely see you like deserving Le'Veon for the playoffs, make him that third down back, have him doing the receiving work because third down is obviously where you want Le'Veon at the most. Yeah, I could see you guys having to do some shares together.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, now let's go ahead and recap week 8. Game of the week. Who'd you give it to last week?
Yeah, game of the week. I think it was the 49ers and Cardinals. Oh man. I think it was the Bucks and Bengals actually. Yeah, I like that game. That was a fun game.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, me, I'd have to go ahead and give it to the Packers and the Rams, especially because not only did the Packers fight and they literally had the game right in their hands, but the Rams showed that they could fight back from adversity instead of just being ahead the whole game. But they showed us that in the week 6 game with the Seahawks. So yeah. So that's my game of the week. Who's your most improved team of the week this week?
Cool. Most improved team? I mean, they worked on the defenseless Raiders, but I'll give it to them both. They showed us that Marlon Mack is not a team. Andrew Luck can throw the ball pretty well. Yeah, their offense is clicking. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll go ahead and agree with you and say Colts is the most improved team of the week. Mind you, that the Colts were kind of the favorite going into this because Oakland's not really showing us much. But yeah, you can go ahead and say they were the most improved team this week. Now, last but not least, yeah. The Panthers, they did tremendous work against the Ravens, and I really am glad that I picked them because a lot of people was like, man, the Panthers, how would they look going up against a defensive team like the Ravens? Like, can they hold water, or will they break? I mean, are they gonna break and not bend? Or yeah, they really did show up, and we got to face them in a couple of weeks as well, the Pittsburgh Steelers. So yeah. And I think that we both know what the choke of the week was, don't we?
Can we say Packers and choke the week?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, I got to say choke the week because it was going to be the Buccaneers and Bengals game. Like the Bengals got saved by AJ Green.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's get these predictions on the road. Thursday night game. The Battle of California, the Battle of the Bay. Oakland versus San Francisco. Who you got? Raiders, Niners.
Man, both of these teams are kind of correct right now,
Mm-hmm.
but the Raiders, they just seem like they're missing everything they need. Doug Martin's decent filling for Marshawn and Jalen Richard doing pretty well. I think they have Seth Roberts and Jordy Nelson. They have a solid team still, but it should be a close game against the 49ers. I feel like Derek Carr still wants to take prone and TJ Beathard is not a QB1.
Yeah.
So I'll say it's going to be close. I'll edge it to the 49ers just because they're at home. I'll say 23-20.
Yeah. These games are rare. They're few and far between, but every time we get them, these games are good. Especially, I don't know what the hell it is about San Francisco and Thursday night games, but it seems like they always strive on Thursday nights, win or lose. Oakland is disappointing me this year. I really thought they were going to be a hell of a lot better. I don't know if it's me or I think that just people were just overrating Derek Carr. And Marshawn Lynch is, he's AWOL. So, yeah, their running game is crippled. The only thing they got is just a couple of good receivers. And, but the thing is, when you hit, it seems like all you really got to do, is just sack Derek Carr once, and he shook for the rest of the damn game. And Oakland's defense is, it's okay, but it's not going to be enough to go ahead and stop. It's not going to be enough to stop the weapons or the running game. I mean, because at this point, I believe San Francisco has a better running game than Oakland does. And based on the fact that they're at home, and like I said, it's a Thursday night game, I'm going to go ahead and give it to San Francisco by 6 points. Give me the 49ers 26-20 over the Raiders. All right. Yeah. All right. Next game. We got The Chicago Bears on the road against the Buffalo Bills. Who you got? Bears, Bills.
Oh man, the Bills defense is like they had a defense until last year.
Yeah.
The fact that Tremont Edmonds, he's really interesting, man. He's a really good pickup for them. He could like the Bills could be a star team if they got a good offense.
Yeah.
They don't have it. So I mean, Derek Anderson's out. I don't even know what quarterback they're starting this week. Yeah, the Bears should have a pretty easy game. Well, I can't say easy, but they're just gonna eventually get through that defense being on the field for so long.
Oh yeah.
The Bears win this just because the Bills have no offense.
Exactly.
So, Bears win 24-16. Maybe the Bills quarterback will surprise.
Yeah. I think that Tariq Cohen is pretty much going to run the ball down Buffalo's throats, and it's going to open up the passing game for Mitchell Trubisky. And you're right about Buffalo. All they need is if they had the thing is they can't keep a steady quarterback. They haven't had a steady quarterback since Tyrod Taylor. And they said they'd be fine. I mean, because their defense is not bad at all. It's just that the longer you keep them on the field and they grind it out, the more tired they get, and that's not good. But I guess that's just the way. That's just the way that you beat them. Like the longer you keep them on the field, the more tired they get. But me personally, I'm gonna go ahead and have to give this one to I'm gonna give this one to the Bears 24-17.
I think the Bills are starting Terrell Pryor at quarterback.
Really?
I think they signed Terrell Pryor, and they're gonna have him start at quarterback.
Has he even started in a while?
It's been a while, man.
I don't know. He might be a little bit rusty, but we'll see. All right. Oh yeah, this one should be good. NFC South matchup. We got the Tampa Bay Bucks on the road against the Carolina Panthers. Who you got?
Against the Panthers, this might be it might be a shootout. With Fitzpatrick back in, I like their chances. I don't like Jameis.
But Carolina just had a slugfest. They just had a slugfest with the Ravens. So
yeah, that's true. I'd say the slugfest it might soften up your defense.
Yeah.
This might be a shootout.
Yeah.
It might be a shootout at home against the Panthers. I want to lean towards the Panthers, but I got the Fitzmagic train going on here, so I'm gonna go with Fitz over the Panthers, 31-27.
Yeah, like I said, the Carolina they pulled out a hell of a win against a very good defensive team in the Ravens, but like you said, they had a slugfest, and that might have just softened them up a little bit, or they could, they could just be riding up that high, riding up that momentum, and they say, hey, well, we just beat a team that's better on paper than the Tampa Bay Bucks, so we should be able to run through them. We should be able to run through them, no problem. So, but they better not. I mean, I don't care if they're at home or not. They better not underestimate the Bucks, because the Bucks, they still can do some damage, even though they don't really seem that much of a threat in their division. But me, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the smart money. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one to Carolina by 9 points. Let's go ahead and let's say 30-21. Yeah, I'm playing it safe for this one. All right, next up, we got the Kansas City Chiefs on the road against the Cleveland Browns. Who you got? Browns, Chiefs.
And the Browns cleaned up shop. And they showed us that Baker Mayfield doesn't know how to play against the blitz. Or anybody doesn't know how to play against the blitz on that team, apparently, because the Steelers are tearing him up straight blitzes every
Yeah, especially in the second half, because the Steelers start slow. Yeah.
It was brutal, man. The Chiefs defense has looked pretty good these last few weeks too, and their pass rush is not anything to speak on. I feel like it's going to be more consistent again. Baker doesn't have anybody to really throw to. Jarvis Landry can get covered pretty well. The Chiefs should just steamroll the Browns. I would say 34 to 20.
Yeah. Kansas City is, I mean, they're on a train right now, and you're right. Cleveland, like they're like that. The Cleveland Browns are just like that car that breaks down right before you get to your destination. It's like, okay, this look good, it look good, and no, and. So, I mean, we're gonna see if they can recover, but they for them to have their rear ends whipped by the Steelers, Kansas City is the wrong team that you want to face when you just lost to the Steelers. And everybody in KC is healthy right now. So you kind of be a fool to not pick them. Even I don't care if it is at Cleveland. Go ahead and give me Cleveland by, I'm going to be generous and say one touchdown. 28-21 Kansas City. Yeah. Like I said, I'm being generous just because Cleveland's at home. But yeah, don't hold your breath on a Cleveland win. All right, next up, we got an NFC East matchup. We got the New York Jets going on the road against the Miami Dolphins. Who you got? Jets, Dolphins.
Yeah, Jets defenses look pretty solid.
Yeah.
Dolphins defense looks solid.
Their offense looks good too. Their offense looks pretty good too. Well, it looks okay. Brock Osweiler is doing a little bit of work with them, so yeah.
Yeah, Osweiler with Parker has been pretty solid. Parker and Amendola, I like that setup on there. I hope they don't go like Tannehill. Praying they don't go like to Tannehill if they want to keep at least some playoff contention. The Jets have looked pretty weird. And the Dolphins are at home. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. This one is a Dolphins win, 24-16.
All right. Like I said, Osweiler is actually looking decent. I mean, he's actually used to the offensive scheme, and I don't think we're going to see Tannehill anytime soon. The Jets, they got the same problem as the Bills. The New York Jets are pretty much just like the Buffalo Bills of the NFC East. I mean, they don't have a steady QB, and I mean, nobody trusts Sam Darnold right now. He still gets a little bit shook up. And the Jets defense does look good, but the longer they're on the field, the worse it gets them. They're a team that you don't, if you grind it out against them, you can win because you can get them tired. It's kind of like body punches in a boxing match. I mean, it's like you punch them in the body for the first 6 rounds, then when they're tired and sluggish and slow, then you go for the knockout between rounds 9 and 12. So yeah, in this one, go ahead and give me the Miami Dolphins, especially this is a home game. Give me the Dolphins by 6 points, 27-21 over the Jets. All right, next up, this is going to be another interesting one. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road against the Baltimore Ravens. Who you got? Steelers, Ravens. And this is at home for Baltimore, by the way.
Oh, man. Like how you said, this is like, for Baltimore. I know you know this division matchup pretty well.
Yeah.
Like you usually say, it's going to be a select fit between these two teams. You got to put that into account.
Yeah.
Steelers had a pretty easy week against the Browns, so I think they're going to be pretty fresh. Like you were saying earlier, the Ravens and the Panthers are kind of going at it.
Yeah.
I kind of want to edge the Steelers on this one. James Conner looks really good. Looks like he's got it. Maybe. You still got Juju. I think it's close, but I think you guys are gaining some momentum.
Yeah.
And I think you guys are going to ride that momentum. So I'm going to say Steelers win 27-2.
Me, I got it just a little bit closer than you do. Like I said, now the Steelers, I think, like I said, this like between weeks 5 and 8 when you start to see who teams really are. And the Steelers are on a 3-game win streak right now. And when they're on a winning streak, they're hard to beat, especially between the months of October and November. Like I said, Baltimore, while they look good on both sides of the ball, well, they look better on defense than they do on offense. And I believe that the Steelers are going to, because you know how like they switch out their running, they switch out Joe Flacco. It seems that they do that every time. They do that little QB sneak, and then their rookie QB scrambles for about a good 10 or 15 yards. They're going to need to play do a quarterback spy on him. They're going to need to neutralize that quarterback run. And I think that if they can do that, they'll be fine. Still, Joe Flacco knows that our secondary has some holes in it, and he's not going to be afraid to air out the ball against us. And this is, of course, these games are always within a touchdown or less. But I might be taking a risk by saying this, but go on ahead and give me the Steelers by 4 points this game, 28-24 over the Ravens. Last year we swept them, but they got us good at home last time. But this time it might be different. So go ahead and give me the Steelers by 4 points over the Ravens. All right, next up, NFC North matchup. Detroit Lions going on the road against the Minnesota Vikings. Who you got? Lions, Vikings.
And the Vikings had a pretty heartbreaking game against the Saints last week. The Lions traded away Golden Tate.
Yeah.
that was an interesting trade. I like Marvin Jones and Kenny Golladay. I'm curious who they're going to put in that slot position to replace Tate.
Mm-hmm.
But they seem like they're trying to be a run-heavy team anyway with Kerryon Johnson and Garrett Blount. So we've seen that this Vikings team can be run on. So it's going to be an interesting game. I think Latavius Murray has been running crazy, though, so he might run all over this Lions team. And I mean, the Vikings offense is crazy. I don't have to go with the Vikings on this one, man. Just thinking about it. Vikings win this one 31-23.
Yeah, you're right about the Lions trading away pretty much their best receiver to the Eagles of all teams. I mean, Detroit, they still got some pretty good weapons, and they have an above-average running game. But you're right, Latavius Murray, I mean, he's pretty much going to be the best running back on the field. Shoot. And Kirk Cousins, he's doing tremendous work with his receiving core. And Minnesota's defense, their defense isn't really that bad either. But, I mean, I think Detroit might have the better defense, but it's not going to matter if Kirk Cousins can figure them out and find the holes in them, more specifically their secondary. But I'm going to go ahead and say that this is going to be a close game because these two are division rivals. So, I mean, division games are always close. Go on ahead and give me Minnesota by 7 points. 31-24 over Detroit. All right, next one. This one is kind of a tricky game because I don't really know which teams I don't know which Atlanta Falcons team we're going to see here. But yes, the Atlanta Falcons on the road against the Washington Redskins. Who you got? Falcons Skins.
Redskins defense is pretty good. I mean, yeah, and they just got Clinton Dix.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's just someone you can just plug into a defense and he'll do what he needs to do.
Right.
I just don't trust Julio, man. I need him to start getting some touchdowns for this team.
Yeah.
He
can get yards. He can get a 25, 35, 40-yard pass.
Yeah, he'll get you to that red zone.
Yeah.
Maybe Calvin Ridley or someone else.
Mohamed Sanu, yeah. Calvin Ridley or Sanu, so yeah.
Yeah, they have a pretty solid team. I don't think Josh Rosen can cover Julio. The Falcons should pull away in this one. If they can pull away and keep Adrian Peterson contained, because Adrian Peterson has just been a man on a mission the last
Yes, he has.
So if the Falcons can kind of pull away and make the Redskins change their play style to more dumping it to Chris Thompson and keeping Alex Smith contained, this should be a pretty easy game for them. Their defense does give up points, though, so it'll probably be one that comes down to the wire. I want to say Falcons win 28-26.
Wow. Like I said, I don't know. Like this one is very, very hard because, yo, is this Floyd?
Yeah, man, I'm late.
Hey, what's going on, Floyd? Yeah, Flip, you remember Floyd, don't you?
Yeah, man, what's up, man? What's good? What's good? What's good?
Sure, not much, man. Just going over these week 9 picks, man. We just going over. Let's see, we already went over Oakland, San Francisco. We went over Buffalo and Chicago. We went over Panthers, Bucks. We went over KC and Browns. We went over Jets and Dolphins. We went over Pittsburgh and Baltimore. We went over Detroit and Minnesota. And now we going over Atlanta and Washington. Me, I'm gonna go ahead and have to pick as much as I want to pick Atlanta. Like I said, they're just so wishy-washy to me. They're just so inconsistent. So. And Washington actually looked pretty damn good in the last game, but I think this is going to be a close one. Go ahead and give me Washington in this game. Give me the Redskins 26-28. Yeah. Floyd, who you got? Do you got Atlanta or do you got Washington this week, man?
Oh, man. Good one.
Yeah.
Man, Redskins in first place. Atlanta's a better squad. Yeah. Man, I'm going to go out on a limb, man. Give me the Redskins on this one. Atlanta's got no defense for me. Give me Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm satisfied with that.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got. This one should be a very good game. It wouldn't surprise me if this game was the game of the week right here. The Houston Texans going on the road against the Denver Broncos. Flip, who you got? You got the Broncos. You got the Texans.
Oh, this is a crazy game because they just traded Demarius Thomas to the Texans.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Damn, this might be a revenge game for DT because the way he was talking, he did not want to get traded.
Oh yeah.
They're going to focus on D-Hop and maybe Kiki QT. Lamar Miller is running good too. He's got Mile High though. I don't know. Cortland Sutton is looking good for the Broncos, and Philip Lindsay he's running like crazy too right now. This might be. I ain't a shootout, but it's going to be a pretty decent scoring game.
Yeah.
I kind of want to give it to. I'm going to give it to the Texans on this one. I'm going to say Texans win 27-24.
All right. Floyd, who you got in this one? Do you got the Texans or do you got the Broncos?
Man, I got the Texans kind of big on this one. Yeah, not because the defense so much isn't good. It's just that the Houston's offense is really good.
Oh yeah.
Denver's not really bringing it. Yeah, I don't see them bringing a whole lot of points. They go up and down the field, but I don't see them scoring a lot. Give me Houston on that one.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, you guys remember Denver's secondary from 2 years ago, don't you? Chris Harris, T.J. Ward, Bradley Roby, Akeem Talib. Y'all remember that dangerous ass secondary, don't y'all?
Yeah. They hit like that this year, though.
Exactly. They have to have an answer for DeAndre Hopkins, and they don't. Like I said, if they had an honest answer for him, then I'd be a little bit worried. But they don't, and yeah.
I feel like it's that pass rush they got with Chubb and Vontae Miller. Is it Vontae Miller? I forgot. Von Miller. My bad.
Yeah.
Von Miller and Chubb. Like that pass rush has been crazy this year. I think they both have 8 sacks.
Yeah, they do.
So it's a beast there. It's just putting Deshaun Watson in action mode now. You get him out of the pocket and moving around, you making plays, and that just worries me. But I think that happening.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a tough game.
Yeah. Go on ahead and give me the Houston Texans about 8 points in this game, though. 20-28. All right, next game. Ooh, we got the LA Chargers on the road against the Seattle Seahawks. Ooh. Um, this is I've really been going back and forth this game because a part of me kind of wants to pick the Chargers, but then again, Seattle's a tough ass team to beat at home. And that 12th man is something serious, man. But Flip, who you got? You got the Chargers or you got the Seahawks?
And you already know what I got.
Those big boys.
Yeah.
Phillips is having an MVP season. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have Melvin Gordon on the field. No Joey Bosa. That's the part that's heartbreaking for me.
Mhm.
But I feel like our weapons on offense are too crazy, man. We can get in the shootout with the Seahawks. And I don't think our pass rush is gonna get to Russell Wilson too much, because we might just have to throw it from the pocket. And I feel like we have the secondary to hold them off. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers on this one. I'm gonna say Chargers win 31-23.
All right, Floyd, who you got? You got the Chargers or you got the Seahawks?
I'm with your boy, right? The only thing is Seattle is playing better now than at the beginning.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with the Chargers on that one. I think they're a better squad. I think they'll be able to outplay them. 12 man to me was like 2 years ago. I ain't buying them this year, but I think Chargers can get them this year. I ain't shocked if they don't, but I think they can.
Now, fellas, I love y'all to death, but I'm gonna have to go against the grain on this one. Now, don't get me wrong, because Seattle's secondary is nowhere near as good as it was 2 years ago. But I mean, Russell Wilson, he still manages to find ways to extend plays that he shouldn't find. I mean, is he gonna be running for his life? I mean, maybe, maybe not. But he always finds a way to slip tackles. And don't ask me how the hell he hasn't gotten injured yet. But still, I mean, Russell Wilson, he finds a way. He's making it work for the weapons that he does have. I mean, mind you, it's not like it was 2 or 3 years ago when the Seattle was one of the top teams in the NFC. But still, the Chargers, I mean, you guys know how they are in away games. Like, they're very, very wishy-washy and inconsistent. I mean, they can put up points, but it's always a matter of what happens in that last 4 minutes of the game. And if in the last 4 minutes of the 3 to 4 minutes of the game, if they don't have the ball, they're gonna lose. I would pick them to win if it was 28-28. They had the ball in their hands and it was 2:50 left on the clock. Then I would pick them. But I just don't see that happen, especially with Seattle being at home. So going ahead and give me the Seahawks in this game, 30-24. Yeah.
You got them big.
Yeah, it's gonna be a high-scoring game, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, if the Chargers can pull it out, I will shut my mouth about them for the rest of the year.
Man, that's a big pick right there.
Yeah. Now, here we got another potential game of the week right here. We got the LA Rams, going on the road against the New Orleans Saints. Do y'all want to call it, fellas, game of the week?
Man, Aaron Donald, man. Aaron Donald might destroy Drew Brees.
I don't know.
He might even be quarterback for the Saints.
I don't know.
Look, man, the Packers O-line couldn't even hold back that man. He got 2 sacks from Aaron Rodgers. Drew Brees like the most mobile dude in that pocket.
Yeah.
He's going to have to dump that ball out quick. And the Rams just got a rookie defensive end, I think, Dante Fowler.
Yeah, Dante Fowler.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. The Rams are the Warriors. They're getting stacked, man. I like the Saints in this game because they're at home. It's a dome game. But that might actually help Jared Goff because you don't have to worry about the wind or nothing messing up his throws.
Yeah.
And they get Cooper Kupp back this week, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not going to go with the Rams. I'm going to say Rams win 35-24.
Wow. All right. Floyd, who you got? You got Rams or you got the Saints?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the Rams go 16-0 this year.
Wow.
I think they get to the Super Bowl and Pittsburgh. I don't see nobody beating them. you can skip that pick with me every week.
Wow.
Rams. Yeah, man, the Rams are tight, dog.
Y'all might be a little bit upset with the pick I'm about to make because last week I picked the Packers to upset the Rams. And I think that at this point in the season, I think that the Saints are a better team than the Rams. I mean, they're a better team than the Packers are, especially at home. Hopefully, Sean Payton studied that game tape and saw the holes that the Rams have in their offense. And a big key to this game is going to be clock management because if you want them to score, score quick. Scoring quick is what the Rams are good at, but also it can work against them because Drew Brees, that boy knows how to milk that clock. That's something that Jared Goff does not know how to do. Yeah, they know how to score quick, but they don't know how to manage and milk that clock. And we saw that last week. And that's something that, like I said, Sean Payton and Drew Brees are very good at time management. Now, the running game, I mean, come on. You got Alvin Kamara going up against Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley's probably the better running back at this point. But, I mean, I see both defenses like being a non-factor in this game. I see this being an offensive shootout. So don't be surprised if you see like a 35-42 type of score in this game. But me, I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to go ahead and say that the Saints are going to hand the Rams their first L this year. Going ahead and give me the 38-34 Saints.
And I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna be terribly shocked because it's the Saints.
Yeah.
You know but yeah, I like I said, I disagree, but I can't argue with you. That's a lethal team, man. The Saints too.
Yeah, they are a very dangerous team on offense. They're a very dangerous team on offense, and that's a team that you don't want to face. They're probably going to lock up that first round bye, but it all depends on who else we see in that NFC bracket. But anyway, next game, we got the Sunday night face-off. We got the Green Bay Packers on the road against the New England Patriots. Flip, who you got? Packers, Patriots.
Before we go to that, I was going to say, if the Rams don't lose in these next 2 weeks, they might go 6-0.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially with the way the rest of their schedule looks, definitely.
But what was the game? Packers what?
Packers, Patriots.
Oh man, the battle of the 12, the goats.
Yes.
The MJ commercial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh man, the Packers' defense was pretty solid against the Rams for three-ish quarters, top 2-3-ish quarters until they got tired out. But the Patriots get Sony Michel back probably this week. Their defense handled pretty well for 3 quarters too. Josh Gordon didn't look so well out there, man, but this might be a shootout. And I don't think either team can stop either team from scoring. It comes down to whoever has the ball in their hand.
Yes. I was going to say the same thing.
Minute and a half.
Yeah, who's got that ball in the last 2 minutes of the game?
And this might be finally the time McCarthy plays Aaron Jones because they got rid of Ty Montgomery. So they might start him as the lead back finally, and he can run.
Yeah.
So they did cut your boy.
Yeah, they finally cut him.
Yeah.
I know. That was cold.
Hey man, who's supposed to take that knee? You want to?
He should have. I didn't think that'd get him cut though. I'm like, this dude's been running the ball for y'all playing multiple positions, and I guess that insubordination thing. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But
All right, final score, Flip.
I'm gonna have to go with Aaron Rodgers on this one, man.
Wow.
I'm gonna say Aaron Rodgers takes it. Because he has the weapons. Like they might have, but actually they kind of do have better weapons than the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Allison Cobb and Jimmy Graham there and Devontae Adams. Yeah. I'm not supposed to Aaron Rodgers on this one. If he has the ball in his hand and they have like a tie game or they're up by 3, I'm going to Aaron Rodgers. If Brady has the ball, then I have to go with Brady in the final 2 minutes. So the score is going to be, I'm going to say 34-31. Whoever has the ball in their hands in the final 2 minutes.
That's a good enough prediction for me because that's about right. All right, yeah, Floyd, who you got? Packers, Pats.
All right, in overrated bowl, I'm going with the Patriots. I don't see the Packers being able to keep up with the scoring that the Patriots can do. But yeah, give me New England in that one.
Green Bay put on a hell of a show last night. On Sunday against the Rams, and New England, they looked human against the Bills for the first 3 quarters because they played they were playing what you call ground and pound type of football. I think the score was like 12-6 for like the first 3 quarters of the game until New England turned up on them. And I think that Green Bay's defense is just as good. The secondary might have some holes in it, but Green Bay, they are notorious for having pretty good linebackers. And I think that that Martinez and Matthews, they might be hawking Tom Brady all night long. But where there's a Tom Brady, there's a way. But you guys are right. Aaron Rodgers, that boy is clutch. But Tom Brady, he's clutch as well. And like I said, you guys are right. It's gonna come down to who's got that ball in the last 2 minutes of the game. As much as I want to pick Green Bay, and as much as I feel like they deserve this win for what happened last week, that debacle that happened last week in LA, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give it to the Patriots in this game, 31-35.
31-35. You think they're gonna score that much like that?
Yeah, it's gonna be a high score. It's gonna be a high scoring game. What? I mean, you got these 2 high-powered quarterbacks with these weapons, boy. And I mean, you got 2 running backs who can catch. So yeah, I mean, James White can catch. So yeah, and even the backup running back for the Packers, he can catch. And Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. That man does what he does. But yeah, go ahead and give me the Patriots by 4 points over them. And last but not least, we got the Tennessee Titans going on the road in Jerry's World against the Dallas Cowboys. Now, you guys know what I've been saying about the Dallas Cowboys all season long. They are bipolar. They are inconsistent. They are win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game. They can't decide who they are and who they want to be. And that's not exactly a kind of a thing that you want to go against a Tennessee Titans team that can be dangerous. But Flip, who you got? You got the Titans or you got the Cowboys?
Is that trash still gone?
Yeah. I don't think they won.
Well, they won their last game. I know they lost their last game, right?
Yeah, they lost the last game.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's easy. It's an easy choice. Cowboys beat the Titans. But seriously though, they should beat the Titans. They're at home, which usually doesn't matter unless they're playing the Giants.
Yeah.
Mariota, he's been looking kind of a dud lately. I think he has Corey Davis to throw to, I guess.
Yeah.
Deion Lewis and Derrick Henry shown that they're not the greatest running backs to have in that backfield. Their offense is a mess. Defense can get torched. And I want to see what Amari Cooper does this week. And the Cowboys are looking pretty good these last couple of weeks. Last time I checked. So yeah, I'm going to go with Cowboys win this 23-16.
All right, Floyd, who you got? You got the Cowboys. You got the Titans.
I got a question before I tell you. Who told the Titans they were good?
When they beat, I'm gonna tell you when they beat the Eagles, that's what happened.
Oh man! And then the thing is, they played one good game because the Chiefs last year played a lousy game when they played them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's the only game I can say I was semi-impressed with them. I'm not impressed with Mariota. I never was impressed with Mariota as a pro. In college, he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Pro, I never thought he was all that. I never thought he was going to be all that great. He'd be okay. And I don't think the Titans are good at all. Really, they just got a soft schedule or they win weird games. They get crushed by the Cowboys. I don't see the Cowboys losing to the Titans. They get a brand new wide receiver. They got a running game that just pounded them. Their defense is way more improved. No one thought they were going to be good on defense for another couple of seasons without some draft picks, but it turned out to be good. I got Dallas all day against the Titans.
Yeah. You guys make some pretty good cases. Like I said, the Cowboys, as inconsistent as they might be, this is a game that they should win. But the thing is, if Tennessee's defense, if they can jam up Zeke at the line, that's going to force Dak to throw the ball more than he wants to. And Dak, he's shown that he can throw the ball good. I mean, decent on the run. But I don't know if throwing on the run is what you want to do, because he's been susceptible to getting picked off throwing on the run, as opposed to when he throws in the pocket. When he throws in that pocket, he can make a good. He can have a good chunk of 30, 40 yards on pass. But who do I trust more? Do I trust Dak more? Or do I trust Mariota more? Any other time I would trust Mariota more. Any other time. But Dallas is at home in this game, but I see this being a close one. Go ahead and give me Dallas in this game by 3 points, 25-28. And Floyd, And Floyd, since you weren't on here for this one, we're gonna go ahead and give you your chance to predict the Steelers and Ravens game. Who you got in that game?
You already know what it is. Pittsburgh Steelers for life. Hey, look, the Ravens outplayed themselves that last game. There's no way in the world you convince me